Welcome. This is the OMM Podcast, Episode 5, Do You Believe in God? I'm your host. My name is Kilo, and let's dive right into it. Do you believe in God? Yes, no, kind of. I will preface this by saying I'm fully aware that a 7-minute podcast is not going to come anywhere close to scratching the surface of this question. But I'm going to try my best to give it the time, attention, and care I think it deserves. Number one, there are levels to this shit. There's levels to believing in God. I believe when one says, I do, or I don't, or I kind of believe in God, that there are different levels to their beliefs. We've all heard the phrase, actions speak louder than words. So with that said, I believe that the actions of your beliefs far outweigh what you say that you believe in. So some very dramatic examples would be this. The person who says they do believe in God and fully expresses that to any and everyone they're around, such as their parents, their siblings, significant others, their children, but are consistently physically and verbally abusive to those people in their lives, it contradicts the idea of their belief in God, in my opinion. Because from my limited understanding, for the most part, your belief in God cannot be followed by a violent approach to the people in your life. If it is, then it's deemed a contradiction or untrue. On the flip side of that, the person who says that they do not believe in God and expresses that with any and everybody around them, but is consistently compassionate, empathetic, grateful, they always offer a helping hand, it somehow contradicts the idea of not believing in God, because if they are practicing the exact ideals, again, in my limited understanding, that represent what God represents, to me, they indirectly believe in God. So the real question is, what do you do or don't you do that shows your belief in God? And number two, God works in mysterious ways. I have a close friend who's a straight up hip hop head, knows every 90s hip hop song ever in the history of life. But for the past couple years, all that he's been listening to is reggae music. To me, whether or not he believes in God, what he's experiencing, which is peace, balance, positive energy, upliftment, a fighting spirit, gratitude, it is a direct branch off of the God tree. God is using music as an instrument in his life to breathe these notes of infinite value inside of him. All it took was his mind and his heart to be open for God to be able to use this reggae music as a vessel to talk to him. For some people, that vessel or that energy might be cooking. Others, it might be carpentry, sports and fitness, arts and crafts, finance, and church. Once you become aware of these notes that are being played in your life, what it transcends to, again, in my opinion, is purpose. You start breathing your purpose. You start walking in your purpose. You start seeing your purpose. And what do they say? What is the purpose of life? Just saying. Number three, God is king. The king in a kingdom is the ruler, the head, the overseer, the most powerful. I'm going to ask, who is a king that runs your life? I'm not talking about a person who wears a crown. I'm talking about the thing that is at the center of your being. Like I said previously, health and fitness might be it. Cooking might be it. Church, artistry might be the king. I know if what you're worshiping inherently makes you and the people around you better from the energy you're absorbing from your king, how am I to say that's wrong compared to the person who believes in, let's say, religious ideals, but is making the world a more evil place? How can I say that's wrong? You say you believe in God. What is the evidence that you do? You say you don't believe in God. What is the evidence that you don't? Do you believe in God? This is Kilo, and this concludes the OMM Podcast, Episode 5. Do you believe in God? I would appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below. I'm out. Peace.